Okay, so we can start the class now. I think that we've got about everybody that we can do. Let me pull this up real quick. And this is the block that we're going to do this month. I can share this. Okay, so this is this month's block. So instead of the autograph blocks, we get to do flying geese. All right. And I'm going to really focus on teaching the flying geese today because I figured out how to do it with the Studio 180 wing clipper, and it's fabulous. I love the way that it works to trim them and everything. And so I want to show you that because, you know, sewing a flying geese just with the little triangles, if you do it that way one by one, you know, you kind of know how to do that already. But trimming them is really nice with this wing clipper ruler. So I wanted to focus on that one today. Once you get the flying geese done, the rest of the block just goes together really easily. And I like it that other than watching the cutting off of your points on the sides, and when you sew your little blocks together, that's where you're going to really run into any issues, if you're going to run into any at all. And
There's somebody connecting down there. I don't know.
There is?
Somebody, I have a blue box that says connecting. I don't know who that is.
Oh, interesting. I don't know. I don't see that.
Lily?
Huh?
Lily Pad 3? I don't know.
Oh,
that's me.
Yay. Hi, Dee.
Hi.
I just see a blue
Oh, there
box.
we go. Now I can see you.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Sorry about that.
Oh, that's okay. I just started and was just telling them that this month's block is flying geese. And once you get the flying geese done, the rest of the block goes together quite well. It was really an easy block. Okay. And doing the flying geese the way that the wing clipper did it, you could make 4 of them at a time. So I'm going to focus on showing you how to make them 4 at a time. If you want to make them individually, that's fine too. And that's the part that took the longest, was making the flying geese, and then the rest of it was just boom, boom, boom. So I'll show you what mine looks like.
Oh, pretty.
Yep.
Yeah.
So that's my block. It turned out really nice. It's, you know, I'll tell you, I'm really pleased with how flat that it lays. I've only got one little spot over in here where it's a little bit, it didn't quite lay flat. And I think that that's just because I stretched my, stretched the fabric on the diagonal. And so there's a lot of diagonal cuts in the fabric. So just watch that when you're sewing them together today, you know, this month. And it's, other than that, it's really simple. In the cutting instructions that I gave, sort of using the ruler, all right, there, I cut everything big, and I even cut your side triangles here. I cut those bigger as well.
I'm just a guest. I'm Willa Fairchild. Mabel, I think, already went to bed. But
So how much bigger? An eighth of an inch?
Has somebody got a TV going or anything?
Yes, I do. Sorry.
Oh, there we go. Okay. It was like somebody was talking and I couldn't figure out who it was.
although she probably wouldn't want me just handing it to
Okay. And I can't see Dee's face. Can anybody else see Dee's face?
No.
So we just
I don't know.
audio. Can you click the button that says
I
start?
do. It's on audio and it's on video.
Oh. We
So I don't know why.
D is changed to a blue box.
Yeah.
That is weird. Oh, I know why. I have my protector on.
Okay.
All right.
We're looking at
There
her
you go.
ceiling.
Oh, there we go.
There you go.
Okay. And so I cut mine anywhere from a 1/4 inch to a 1/2 inch larger.
Oh, wow.
And
Okay.
that way, you know, like these blocks, these squares down here, before I cut them in half, I cut them like, you know, I think I cut them a 1/2 inch bigger. And I just found that, because see, when I got up here, this one I didn't cut bigger and it got really close here. So I don't know. That's probably just going to be in the seam allowance for most of it. So I think I'm okay. But yeah, I would definitely cut these pieces bigger. This one you can't cut bigger, okay, because this one needs that whole square. But the rest of the stuff you can cut bigger and trim down to size, and that's always easier. And especially on these blocks, because there is just absolutely no give and take in this pattern.
Okay.
Okay, and so we're gonna start. This is your flying geese block.
Oh, excuse me.
What do I have that there? That's really weird.
Hmm.
Okay. That's your flying geese block. There are two different ones in this pattern, so you kind of have to pay attention. There are the ones that have the fabric, was it fabric G? The background fabric on both sides,
Ah,
okay?
Okay.
And there's
Yes.
one that has alternate. And that's because when you get to these two sides here, all right, it's one color on one side and the other color on the other side. And so half of these need to have, oh, well, actually, it doesn't matter. The color is on the same side because the blocks turn, well, no. Yeah, so half of them have to have it on this side and half of them, excuse me. Excuse me.
Oh, God bless you.
Woo!
The other half have to have them on this side. And so
Okay.
that gets, pay attention to that as you're stitching along on which side that's supposed to go on, okay? Now, I did mine all using the 4 at a time method, which I'm gonna show you here. And I'll show you how to get those blocks on there right, doing the 4 at a time method. So in order to do the 4 at a time method, if you use the wing clipper ruler, it has really great instructions. And so I'm going to share that one for a minute. Whoops, sorry. I meant just to switch to this one. And so if you have this ruler, there's a chart in here that if you want your finished size of the flying geese unit, then you want to cut large squares and small squares. It's backwards of what you would think because the large square is for the part that is in on the sides. Okay. The small square is what is going to end up in the center of your block. That was the only confusing thing that I had. Okay. Is that right, Dorothy? Make sure I'm right here.
I think you're muted, Dorothy.
Oh,
Sorry, I think you have that backwards.
so I had that backwards. Okay. So the
The
small
small
square,
squares are for the side triangles and the large square is for the center triangle.
okay. Yes, you're right.
That's why when you go to make the ones with 2 different colors on the sides, you have to cut the small squares 2 different colors.
Right. Okay. And so in my sample that I'm going to make here in a second, I'm using wing clipper 2, okay? And I'm using that because I forgot my wing clipper 1 at my house, okay? So the wing clipper 1 is the ruler that you need to be able to make the closest size to this, and I'll explain that difference. And so in my little sample right here, I'm going to make one that is 2 1/4 inch by, no, let me make sure that's right. Yeah, 2 1/4 inch by 4 1/2 inch. All right, so that's what my finished size is going to be. All right, and so I cut one 6-inch square. No, that's not true. A 5 1/4 inch square.
You need to be looking at your cut size.
Yes, I am looking at my cut size. And I have a 5-inch square, sorry. Okay, so I'm making a 1 3/4 inch. I'm making this one right here. Okay, I'm making the finished size is gonna be 1 3/4 by 3 1/2. So I cut one 5-inch square, which is right here, and a 2 1/4 inch square.
If you're using the Tucker trimmer, I mean, if you're using the wing clipper
Yeah,
one, then you're going for the cut size of 2 by 3.5.
correct, okay. And so
And
that's the one that you will use. I have to show you on the wing clipper too, because I left my wing clipper one over at my house. Okay, so
Right.
in the instructions that I sent out, it tells you to use the what size was it again, Dorothy?
Clipper one.
It's the cut size of 2 by 3.5.
2 by 3.5.
Anyway, the square size you want to start out with are, the large one is 4.5, the small ones are 2.5.
Me.
Everybody got that?
No,
That's in the instructions. Okay, do you have the instructions I sent out?
I'm sure they're here somewhere.
Oh, okay.
Do you have the instructions for the wing clipper ruler?
I don't know that I have a wing clipper ruler.
Oh, okay.
Okay, well then you can ignore all of this. Actually,
Well,
the
not necessarily. She can
sewing of it can be the same, but
the sewing of it could be the same. And so what you're gonna need is you're gonna need one. What size was the square again? 3-inch square?
the large square, which will
Okay,
be
that's just too
for
complicated.
color, is 4.5. The small squares are 2.5.
Dee, I'm gonna show you how this all works here in just a second, okay? I just wanted to show you that chart. So if you have the wing clipper, this chart is gonna tell you what size you need to do. Okay, so now I'm gonna switch to the camera. Okay, and you're gonna see here that I have a large square and I have 4 small squares. Okay? And so that's the same thing. You're gonna have a large square with the measurements she just told you, and you're gonna have 4 small squares. Okay? And what you're gonna do is you're gonna place your small squares on your large square in 2 opposite corners. Just like that. All right, you see that? Then you're gonna take your handy dandy little magic wand or a ruler or whatever you have, and you're gonna draw, this is your center line right down there. You're gonna draw a 1/4 inch away from it on both sides of your center line. All right, so you put your ruler down. I'm gonna draw my lines. Everybody with me so far?
Yep, so far.
That's what you're going to end up with. So now we're going to take it over to the machine and we're going to sew on those 2 lines. Okay, so I just took it over to my machine and I sewed on both of my red lines. Now I'm going to take my ruler and I'm going to cut down the center of that diagonal. Where's my ruler? And what you end up with is 2 pieces that look a little weird, but they're exactly the same, and they look like this. And so you press that, the seams back, and you have a piece that looks kind of like almost like a cat face. All right? And you have 2 of those. So then all you're gonna do is you're gonna put your other 2 squares, make sure you press this back. Okay, and you're gonna place your other squares on the big triangle in the opposite corners. Everybody following me?
Here's a hint. Here's a hint. Nudge those little squares about 2 threads away from the edge of the fabric toward the center.
Oh, really? Okay. And
Yes.
why do you do that?
So you don't lose about a 1/16 of an inch when you fold it, when you press them on both sides. Yeah, there you go.
Okay. And then I'm going to take my little handy dandy magic wand or whatever ruler I have, and I'm going to dot on my diagonal lines, again, 1/4 of an inch away from the center on each side. I'm going to draw my lines. Okay. I have my lines there. Take it out of the machine and I'm going to sew it. And then I'm going to do the same thing on the second one. And again, I'm going to take my ruler, put it down in the center diagonal from corner to corner of my small square, and I'm going to cut it. And I now have 2 flying geese. There's 1, and there's 2. Cut my other one. And I have 2 more flying geese. So I went for my sewing machine only 3 times to come up with these 4 flying geese. So it really is a quick and easy way to make your flying geese. All right, so now I get to explain the ruler, and this is where Dorothy, anytime you can chime in, go ahead. But I'm going to put it on a white block first to be able to show you guys this, because it doesn't show up well against the green. So on this ruler, there are 2 alignments. Okay, so you're going to use one alignment first and one alignment second. I have found that it doesn't matter which alignment you use first and which one you use second, it still comes out the same. All right, so we are using this alignment. There is one that you're going to line up, and it's actually, there is an easier way to do it. The first alignment you're going to make is on your V point, okay? And so that is this line right here, and these lines coming down this way, okay? And if you line up the V point of your flying goose on that line right there, do you see where it's on the V line that goes here and goes here, which is for a 4-inch by 2 1/4 inch block, right? I'm gonna be a little bit short on that one, I think, but we'll try it. All right, once you have it lined up on this V block, then what you're gonna do is you're gonna trim this side and the top. All right, once that's trimmed, and I'm gonna need to trim it here for a second on the cutting board. The white is not a cutting mat, so. Then I'm going to turn my block over. And with the point going up, I'm going to line it up to the 2.25 inch block. 2.25 inch line going down and the 4-inch line going over. Do you see that? And I'm going to trim this side and I'm going to trim this side. Now, when I do that, and this is not working here,
Tammy, your point should be where that little crosshair is at the top.
Yeah.
At your 1/4 inch.
right here at that one, okay? So I'm a little bit off on this part of my block here, so I'm really gonna have to watch my seam allowance on that one when I sew it. Okay, so let me do that off the whiteboard. Okay, and that's where I can tell, you can tell that I'm a little bit off right here. And so I'm really gonna have to watch my seam allowance that I come as close to not cutting off that point right there. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Let me close the curtain so you guys can see this better. I'm sorry, I didn't realize there was such a glare.
Yeah, better.
Is that better now? Sorry. Okay. So I'm gonna walk through it again. I'll do another one. So I take one of my flying geese and I'm gonna put it on my V alignment with my V going down, my point going down, and I'm gonna put it on my square right there. See, my V is not exactly straight, which means I didn't sew my seams exact. Okay. And I seem to be really short again on that one.
Really short.
Yeah, that was icky.
That's where the nudging helps.
That's why the nudging. Okay, so that's why Dorothy said put it up. So let's try one of these and see if I can get it there. And again, I wasn't real accurate on my marks.
See how that works better? Yeah.
Oh yeah, that works way better. Okay, that's a good hint, you guys. All right, so there I've got it lined up. My V is on the matching point, and I've got enough over there that I'm going to be able to trim it. Take it off, I'll trim it. Okay, so now I'm going to flip it over so that the V's going up. Get all these loose threads off of here. Okay, and now I'm going to align my 2 cut edges onto my rectangle. So I got 2.25 inch here and I got 2.25 inch here. And when I line those up, my V is right in that X right there. So this one is perfectly right on target.
Perfect.
Oh, yeah, so pay attention and nudge that little square up about 1/16 of an inch. That just means 2 or 3 threads, but it does make a difference. So now I'll trim it. Okay, so now I'm going to do one more just so that I have some to sew together and show you guys. So start with the V down towards you. And I'm gonna line it up with the V points on the ruler. I'm certainly not gonna do that one because that one really is bad. Okay, that one was good. It's more trimmed. Let me try this one. And don't think that's the ruler being bad, okay? That was my sewing, not. Yeah, these are both going to be bad. So, okay, so I got two to sew together. So when you sew them together, you are going to make sure that this point right here is visible. So this is where the ruler, the Wing Clipper 1 ruler, is not exactly the same size as what it calls for in the pattern. And so what you're going to have is you're going to have about 1/8 of an inch bigger, okay, and 1/8 of an inch bigger on both sides. Where it really counts is that on this top up here is where you can play with it to get it right. So you can cut an additional 1/8 of an inch off of here that will make up for that space, okay? And your alignment will still be correct because you're going to take a 1/16 of an inch from here and a 1/16 of an inch from here. And it will align the points up. It worked really, really well. How I did it, because I like to cheat a lot, is I just took my two pieces that I was going to sew together and I lined them up and I pinned my point here where I don't want to cut that point off. And so I took a pin and I want to hit it right there at that point. Okay, right there at that point. And then I took and I moved this back fabric up just a little tiny bit above to make that 1/8 of an inch difference. You see that? You see, I don't know if you guys can see. Let me try moving back to the green board. Here we go. Okay. So my seam is going to be 1/4 of an inch on this up the top piece, but it's going to be 3/8 of an inch on this bottom piece. And then that will make your corner piece come out right. Have I lost everybody?
No,
Robin's saying I haven't lost her.
I heard a chuckle over there. I heard Ted chuckle, I think.
Have I lost you, Ted?
No, I'm good. I didn't have my microphone down.
Oh, okay. All right. So now when I stitch this,
Can I show an alternative ruler?
oh, sure.
This was a recommendation from Deb Tucker, actually, when I told her that her rulers didn't work with this. And
Yeah.
what did she suggest? Here's what she suggested. She suggested taking a ruler that has 1/8 markings,
That's what I did.
and
I have one.
this is that tape, you know, that
Mhm.
there, you did it. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So you mark this. So this is this one's 1 7/8 this way, and 3 3/8 this way. And I put another piece up here to show me where the seam line is. This just marks the 1/4 of an inch. And I marked the center of it there.
Move it a little bit to the left because you got a glare spot going on.
How's that?
Yeah, that's way better because now you can see the mark.
Yeah, so I marked the center of it. Therefore, when you take your sewn piece like that, you put that center mark right at the tip of the triangle and get these points exactly on the corner. Like that. And it comes out perfect. So you cut the top and the right, and then you turn it around and so you put the ruler on there the same way Tammy was. So after you've cut it, you just mark. So when you're cutting the second side, you just need to make sure that you've got the 2 points up here correct, but then it comes out just perfect.
Right. And then you can just use your regular 1/4 inch seam all the way around.
You're actually, the only place you're using the 1/4 inch seam is at the top here. Here.
Well, you are on the sides once you
Well,
get it.
but you've got, these points are exactly in the corner of what you've marked off.
Seam has to come at a 45 into that corner.
Right.
Correct. So it allows for the 1/4 inch, but the only place you need to make sure you have it is right above the point.
Right.
I did
Yeah.
the same thing. I marked it in the corner like that, but
Yep.
I tried a couple different pens and it kept coming off of this pink tape. So I put Scotch tape over it so I didn't get black onto my fabric.
Ah,
Oh, good one.
Yeah, I
good
think I
move.
put it, I didn't have trouble with, I used a Sharpie.
I used a Sharpie too, and it just wasn't drying or sticking to that,
Oh, really?
my pink tape. Yeah.
That's too bad. Anyway, that worked. Are you gonna
You're
talk
just
about?
custom making your own Tucker size for it. basically.
Exactly. Are you gonna talk about how to do the 2 different colors, wings?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so what I did on the 2 different colored wings, okay, is I laid out, when I had my big square, and let me lay out a big square here. Okay, it's not exactly the right size big square, but it'll work for demonstration purposes. Okay, actually, I'm gonna do. Sorry, I only cut one extra. Okay, and so what I did, there's 2 small squares. And I need 2 more small squares with other color fabric right here. There we go, there's 2 other small squares. Okay, so when you're gonna lay it out, you're gonna lay, I used the background fabric, this is the wrong color, let me use this. Okay, I use the background color on my first 2 corners. So here and here. Okay. Sewed it down, cut it in half. Then I used my second color. Oh, I'm not on my camera. You guys need to yell at me when you can't see what I'm
I
doing.
was trying to figure out if I was doing something wrong. I'm like, am I supposed to click out there? No, and now I just messed it up. There.
Yeah. There we go. Okay. So what I said was, is you take your square. And my camera's a little bit messy now. And this square is not as big as yours will be, okay? And you lay your 2 squares of your background fabric on there, okay, of the white background fabric. You mark your diagonal lines, you stitch down them, and you cut this in half. When you cut it in half, then you lay your other fabric on these 2 diagonals, okay? You stitch those and you cut it in half, and you will come up with 2 that have it on this side, and then you will come up with 2 that have it on this side. So these will be the 4 rectangle or 4 flying geese that come out of that patch right there. Okay, 2 of them will have the blue on this side, and 2 of them will have the blue on that side. Is that what you did, Dorothy?
No, it just so happens that they published a new technique sheet to do just this, and it does it similar to that, but it's a little bit different. You want me to show you?
Sure.
It's the same concept. She has you cut the triangles in half first. Wait a minute, I'm trying to get this. Oh, you got to come off your camera so I can.
Oh,
So you've got your you've got your background color square. The big square is the dark color, and then you've got your two smaller squares. She has you go ahead and mark the two smaller ones and cut them in half. And then you put them on the larger square like this. I've already stitched them on, but you have to pay attention to which color goes where, but you put the two half triangles on, so that.
oh, that's harder.
Oh, no, it's not hard at all.
Really?
Not at all. So then you sew those together and you cut it in half and you make the thing. And then when you've got this thing, then you put the other triangles on here just like that and stitch them and cut them. So it's exactly what you did with the other one. It's just that using two pieces.
Yeah,
So-
see, I'd rather not. I hate cutting my triangles in half. I'm lazy. So I didn't have to cut any triangles.
Okay.
With this,
Why
this
would
particular,
you have done that?
some quilts, you're gonna want them always to be like different, and you want 4 of the same, and you don't have a use for the other.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. If you have to have 4 of the same, yeah, then you
Oh,
would do.
you're making 4 alike. So we had,
Okay.
I was looking at the chart that we had, I had mine all laid out like this, and so I cut out all of my things. And I just made 4 at once that matched.
Okay. So those all will be the 4 same, whereas mine came out with.
It was too
Two,
hard for me
two.
to figure out which ones were the opposite like you did, Tammy. I couldn't figure that out.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So just 2 different ways to achieve the same thing.
Exactly.
Yeah, and I can see why she would do that, because that would then give you 4 of the exact same. Whereas mine gives you 2 of one side and 2 of the other side.
Right.
Are you following this, Dee, or have we totally lost you now?
Totally lost me. I'm done.
If you don't have the wing clipper ruler, it doesn't make sense. That's,
Yeah.
Actually, this doesn't need the wing clipper ruler at all.
Exactly, but I also have the block.
Because
And
I
I like that really well for flying geese.
Oh, okay.
you have the
And
flying
that-
geese, the flying geese block lock ones. I have the half.
Yeah.
square, but not.
Yeah, and I like it really well. So, I mean, it's good to know this info, but I won't use it.
Well, it'll probably be similar with the block lock, because it probably won't have this exact size, because it's a very odd size. So you'll have to trim it similar to
Exactly.
what Dorothy
I'm
showed
gonna-
with the.
So I'm just gonna cut it bigger and then,
The main problems with this don't have anything to do with the ruler. They have
Yeah.
to do with placement of the colors.
Yeah. Yeah.
The size of the wing clip, the flying
That
geese,
size.
the alternating colors are the challenges.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So who else has got questions? Anybody gonna try it with the wing clipper and doing the 4 at once?
I already cut my triangles, so I am not.
Oh,
I am using my triangles as is.
Blink, blink, blink. I saw that.
yeah. Okay,
Robin, for sure you're gonna try this.
yeah.
You're probably already done it, right?
Oh, I figured you would have been done by now, Robin. You can make flying geese so in your sleep.
Well, I'm working on another thing too that also uses geese.
Oh, wow.
big geese,
A
yeah.
little higher. There you go. Nice.
Yeah, that's beautiful. Yeah. Okay. So that was the teaching part of the class. The rest of it is go try it and ask any questions that you want to ask.
Okay, well, I'm going to go. I'm going to leave because
Okay.
we have a date at 4:00. So
Oh, okay.
got
That's
to
why
get
you look all nice.
No
thank you.
wonder
But I'll
pretty.
see you guys. Pardon me?
I said, no wonder you look so pretty with your hair all fixed.
Oh. So I will see you guys, some of you guys tomorrow.
Oh, you won't see me. I will miss you guys.
You
We
won't
will
see
miss you
me.
too.
We'll
Yeah.
miss you too, but have a fun trip.
Yeah, you'll
Oh, I
miss me.
will. And I will be sending out
Okay.
texts with our quilt in the show. So
Cool.
look
good.
forward to that on Saturday.
Okay,
All right.
Good. Have
Yeah.
fun.
okay. That'll
Okay.
be fun.
Okay.
Okay, bye.
Bye. All right. So we're just on sew time. So just sew away on your quilt.
Now, the technique she was talking about is that those aren't downloadable. You just have to buy those, right?
Yeah. Yeah. So you can order them from me.
Yeah, that's correct. That one's brand new. I don't know if it's out yet, but it's called Geese of a Feather.
So do you know when they're going to release the balm? Because some places have got it already, but Checkers doesn't. Because I was going to show a picture of that real quick to show you our next.
I can show you. I think it's available to shops already. And now I just have to remember what I did with my pattern.
Checkers didn't have it. They just had the thread kit.
Right, yeah.
And
What are you looking at?
does your shop kit come with the license to distribute the pattern, or does it just come with?
I don't know how that typically works. I know that I can purchase the patterns and maybe I could purchase the fabrics. I'm
They have a block of the month. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah,
Yeah. I was just going to bring a picture of it up, but if you got a better picture,
Oh, wow.
there it is.
the picture doesn't really show the colors as
The
well.
colors don't show well here. Where it's brown, it's actually a dark purple.
Yeah.
It's purples and greens, but I've seen it in different colors where people choose their own colors and they're
Mhm.
beautiful.
Yeah. So the fabrics for the kit are Island Batiks. Okay. And they're so we don't have any pictures of any of it yet because it's not out on any of the websites I can get to you. But and we just have to figure out the licensing on the pattern and everything, whether your shop kit came with the, because a lot of shop kits, when I buy the shop kit, I pay about $200. All right, because that comes with the license to teach and to
Which is what you
distribute
charge
the
us for to
class.
pay for that.
Huh?
I said, which is what you charge us for the classes so that you can buy those.
Exactly. Okay. And so I don't know whether this is that or whether everybody has to have their own
Well,
individual pattern.
I tell you that I can purchase the patterns right now. I
Yeah.
don't know about what I don't know about is fabric.
Well, let me ask you a question. Did you get the shop kit for free?
I purchased the shop kit and the pattern as a package.
Okay. So then you just need to go back and ask them, does the purchase of that shop kit include the ability to distribute that pattern to class
Yeah.
members?
That's the whole purpose of this shop kit is to tell you how much fabric you need to order and how to cut the kits. And you're on your and then they tell you, this is from Deb Tucker is selling the patterns.
Right.
And then I have a contact at Island Boutique from which I could purchase fabric, but I don't know. They might have been talking to shop owners when they said that, but I have the name of the person to contact. I don't know what kind of commitment I'd have to make to Island Boutique to buy all that fabric. But if people are, most people for this block of the month use their own fabric choices.
Right,
So-
and I would not mind, depending on, and that's what we just need to get together to talk through this, because
It's exactly.
yeah, because if we call Island Boutique and they say, well, it's, 20 different fabrics and they're on 10-yard bolts, I might consider doing it. If they say it's 20 yards on 15-yard bolts, I'm like,
Yeah, well, I can find that out if it's worth it. I mean, I know if only 2 of us are going to use the Island Boutique, it's not going to be worth it.
Right.
Because we had to buy it by the bolt. However, I know plenty of people that have shop kits that we
Right.
could purchase from. So
Right.
at least we could get, I could get a 10% discount. But I mean, if people wanted this fabric, I would call Island Boutique and find out. I can do that anyway if you think you're interested in.
Yeah, so that's what we just need to know. So right now, all I wanted to do was show a picture to you guys that we've selected next year's block of the month.
Is there a
And
name for it? I'm trying to Google it and I'm not seeing it, or is it
It's
not?
called, it's called Fair Isle. You probably won't find it anywhere
Okay.
yet.
or Bellingham Bay.
Well,
Bay is
Bellingham Bay is the name of the fabric line. Fair
Right.
Isle, is the name of the pattern.
Bear, B-E-A-R, or fair? What are you saying, bear?
IRISLE. Fair, can you see it backwards?
Okay, thank you.
Fair
I was
Isle.
hearing bear like the bears.
Oh, no, Fair.
Fair Isle. And if you go to loriescountrycottage.com, that's the one that popped up when I searched for it.
I think Stitch in Heaven has advertised it already
I found
also.
it. Just the
Do
name.
you want to know how much Lori's Country Cottage is charging for the kit in the class?
$531.99.
$531.99, guys. Oh my.
Oh, goodness, we can do better than that.
I
I'm
just
looking,
wanted to see the colors
way.
that, because I'm not seeing it that well there, but I guess I am seeing it. It's just
I'm
different.
looking at the yardage chart for the kits.
Mhm.
And it takes, if we were doing 5 kits, we'd be buying 1 bolt of most fabrics and 2 bolts of some and 3
Yeah.
bolts of one for 5 kits.
Yeah,
So,
my own fabric.
yeah, well, that's what I thought. Everybody, I mean, that's kind of what makes this fun is everybody's different fabric choices, but
Oh,
these are
I'm just
yes.
telling you, if you don't, when you're counting people. If I do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and well, that's why I hadn't really looked into it because so many people had used their own fabric choices that, I didn't imagine that we'd really want to be bothering with fabric. I also was thinking if people wanted kits, I know a lot of shop owners that are kitting these, so we could do that. But it's a
Okay.
great pattern.
So-
It has
If you go to islandboutique.com, and this,
it uses 5 different rulers.
yeah, but hang on. Darcy.
Most of which, if you use these rulers, you have them. They're the Tucker Trimmer 3, the Wing Clipper, the Square Squared, the Lemoyne Star, and the Corner Beam. So if you're at all a Deb Tucker junkie, you've got all of those.
Okay.
Or even if you're a Deb Tucker beginner, you've got half of them.
Okay, so listen up, guys. If you go to islandboutique.com and you search for Bellingham Bay, they now have it released out on their website. So you can actually see what the fabrics are going to look like. And they really are beautiful. Okay. But we could also get away with, maybe selecting just some of the Bellingham Bay fabrics and that, they're like the background. Does the kit have a background?
Looks like
Well,
there's
I guess
3 or
that's
4. It looks like there's 3 or 4. that
purple
are background.
/ it looks brown, but it's actually a dark purple.
Yeah. So we'd have to look at the pattern and stuff, but we just wanted to give you guys an idea of what the pattern looks like, and so you can start thinking about it. But we'll get together after I come back from vacation and put together what we think it will take as far as yardage goes and cost goes, an estimate at least. And start putting that. I can guarantee it isn't gonna be $531.
Yeah.
Well, I have the yardage requirements for a quilt also.
Yeah, well, that's what, we'll get together after this and put together that
Yeah,
information,
I have that.
get it out
The
to
quilt-
everybody.
The finished size of the quilt is 98 inches square.
Yeah, so it's a huge quilt.
It's a big quilt. Takes 9 yards of backing, but that's regular, that's not wide back.
And then we can charge an extra $20 to have Carol come over and pick out fabrics for you. Because her quilts are always so fat. Well, Robin, you too.
Out
you
of what I
know.
got left over. I have too much fabric here.
Well, you have too much fabric there?
Yes, I'm
Girl.
saying this is all stuff that I have here when I'm making these. I buy a little bit, but this quilt is all stuff I own.
That's what I'm saying, is that you can come over to my house and pick
And
out
pick out
fabrics
of
that I
yours?
have here.
If
Okay,
you could come to
I
my
could
house
do
and
that.
pick out what.
I could do
Yeah,
that.
see, that's what I'm, we'll charge $20 for it and we'll give you 10, Isn't that what companies do? Okay, but anyway, more information coming out. I just wanted to show everybody what it looked like.
Cool.
And do go to Island Boutique and check out the
Yeah,
fabric.
it's a beautiful quilt.
Because I'll just show you here. I'll show you.
If I could figure out how to, I can send you in an email. I can show you pictures of this in different colors.
Oh, I'd like to see different colors.
One of them was, like different primary colors, a combination of different primary colors, and one was blues and grays.
So this is like the dark purple that what shows as brown on the pattern actually looks like. Can you guys see that?
It's pretty.
Isn't that gorgeous? Let me see.
I think that's, you can't see the pattern anymore. I think that's not the outside one.
Yeah, I'm sure it's not. Is this the outside one? This one's probably more like the outside one. But anyway, when I get back from vacation, Dorothy and I will get together and put it all out, all the information out in an email to you guys. Okay?
Yeah, I'm
That's
also
great.
trying to talk Pat Goldman at Chadwick's into offering this through the store, which means she would buy all the bolts. I don't know if she's into that. She thinks she has too many boutiques
As it is.
But could also
Well, I
buy,
could also talk to Judy and find out if she'd be willing to do it.
yeah, because that's a lot of bolts of fabric.
Yeah. But how many different fabrics are in the quilt?
17
yeah.
17 plus the backing. No, 16 plus the backing.
Yeah. But see that, yeah, and so that's not an awful lot, but
No, it's 17 plus the backing.
yeah. So we'll wait and see how many people sign up, because if enough people sign up, then I would be willing to order the fabric. Because if we sell 50% of it, then I'm okay.
I do know that the CIs that are shop owners who are offering this,
Yeah.
they offered it for a certain number of people. They've already sold out,
Yeah.
and they haven't even gotten their fabric in. So, so people like it.
Do you guys like it?
I love it.
I knew Robin would love it.
Yeah. I'm not hearing anybody else yell and scream.
I was talking way by microphone was up again. Yeah, no, I think it's pretty.
Yeah, I was on mute by accident. I like it too.
Okay.
There you
And
go.
you guys, the other question is, do you guys want to do another one next year?
Yes.
I do.
Okay.
Sure.
Because I'll tell you, I have a lot of fun with this, so I'm not
I don't know if
exactly
did
the
you
best
say that
teacher in the world, but we get by.
is Island Boutique already selling the yardage?
Didn't look like it, not yet.
Only
was
the
gonna
quilt store, only the quilt stores. Yeah, it doesn't come in until October.
Right, I don't think
Right.
it's hit the streets yet.
No. It's hit their website, which means I
So,
can see it.
Yeah, so I would say that the pattern is just now available on the wholesale website at Studio 180.
Okay, cool. Oh, let me look. Yeah, see, it hasn't hit checker yet, so. Yeah. But we got we got plenty of time on the pattern. It's the fabric that if we were gonna order the
But
fabric, we would have
Dorothy
to
already has the
make a
pattern. I think.
decision. Yeah, but not the one, because everybody's gonna have to buy a pattern.
Okay,
The shop kit doesn't include
okay.
the license for the pattern. They come in a whole bunch of different ways, so
Right.
it takes a while to figure out, okay, what does it include and what does it not include. So.
Sounds good.
I read through the instructions and the instructions are really nice and clear. And you don't need all of the rulers all at once. They're used, like, well, there's only, what did I say, five or six of them, and they're used throughout. So, there's no big expense on any one month for rulers.
I'm excited. I'll tell you, I love the rulers. I really do.
Well, I do. I thought it was interesting that Geese of a Feather technique sheet just came out, because that's the second new technique sheet I've used on this.
Well, they're going to love you because we'll keep coming up with challenges for them. Because maybe they put that together just because you.
I tell you what, they have this young lady, I think she might be 30, but she's got a better brain for this than Deb Tucker. She's amazing.
Wow.
Wait till you see all the 60-degree stuff. Did I show you? That? This is what we learned at the retreat that I went to. I don't know if you can see that pretty well. So this is all with a 60-degree ruler, and the whole thing is 3 different units. It's one unit with 3 different color, 3 different colorways of of the same unit.
Wow.
It's all equilateral triangles turned here and there.
Oh, wow. That's cool.
Yeah, the lady that quilted for me did a nice job, I think. Anyway, it was fun.
Your actual quilt. That's not a picture.
That's my quilt. Yep.
Nice. Good job.
Oh, I love the way. Wait a minute. You just showed how she did the flower on the white space.
Yeah, it looks 3D there.
Mhm.
Yep.
That pretty.
It's called 3D cubes. I have
a book with that from years ago, actually. I haven't made it.
Yeah. Well, I think
There it is.
I have this and I have another one. What's the name? Is it Ruth somebody that did the book?
I don't know. Carol disappeared.
She went to find the book, I think.
Oh, okay.
This is the book it's taken from. Oop,
Oh, that's not the one I got.
that's the book it's taken from.
Wow.
And, oh, we also, my quilt is not here. It's being quilted right now, but this is the other one we did.
Oh, that's a neat one
Oh,
too. I've
wow.
seen that one too.
This
Yeah.
is the book I got.
Is that,
See 3D.
who's the author of that one? Oh,
Marcy
that's,
Baker.
oh, okay. This is Ruth Ann Berry.
Yeah,
Anyway,
this one I've had for a while.
yeah, I mean, it's fascinating. You can study those
Right.
designs and come up with a equilateral triangle and just do it.
Yep. But it's got like the same quilt you've done in there. This same kind of thing.
Exactly. Yeah, yep.
I
These are
just
the,
haven't done it. And you have. Good job.
yeah. Well, that's what we did all week at
Good.
the place.
So Dorothy, you're a Tucker or Studio 180 instructor. Are you teaching classes anywhere?
Well, I'm talking with Pat at Quilter's Corner. Not
Okay.
Quilter's Corner doesn't want to teach these because they have a lady on staff that designs for Creative Grids.
Oh, different one.
So
What about Chadwick's?
well, yeah, Chadwick's is the one I'm talking to, and she is interested. It's a matter of getting her to sit down with me long enough to figure out what she wants to do.
Right.
She pretty much wants to teach a quilt, so I'm thinking she wants to do the Lemoyne Trails.
Okay.
I think that's the one you have, Tammy. Lemoyne Trails.
Yeah.
So
I'll tell you, Robin, you really should talk to Judy and say, hey, we have this great Studio 180 teacher that could teach. Except then you'd probably have Jerry teaching it.
Yeah, because I don't know if Dorothy'd want to travel north. But yeah, we've just started.
Yeah,
we just started doing classes again. So
yeah, ask her if she'd like it, because Dorothy I'm sure that Dorothy would be willing to travel like once a month and teach a ruler a month.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can do the Tucker University thing.
Yeah, the Tucker University
Yeah,
thing.
That's what got me hooked on it.
That's what I told Pat. I said, none of the stores in the Richmond area actually carry these tools. So you could be known as the go-to place for Studio 80.
Well, since we can get them on Checkers, I have ordered.
You ordered all the rest of them?
Well, I didn't order all of them. I ordered the trimmer and the wing clipper.
For you or the store?
For the store, yeah.
Oh, for the store, okay.
Cool. I already have a lot of the tools.
Yeah.
I ordered them for the store. Okay.
Yeah, I ordered them for the store because I'm like, I'm sold on them, and if anybody had a question, I could, kind of show what I know about it. But
yeah, cool.
That'd be the first two classes right there.
So, I was thinking today to do, it says Tucker University and it says freshman year and sophomore year. I think there should be a quarter system for Tucker University. And the first quarter is the 3 basic tools.
Yeah.
And at the end of the quarter, you do a quilt. So
That sounds good.
So for instance, that Lemoyne Star, that's what I'm going to suggest to Pat when I see her again. The Lemoyne Star, it's the Tucker trimmer the Lemoyne Trails. It's the Tucker trimmer and the
square
Lemoyne Star and the square.
Yeah.
And then you can have a party doing the quilt, right? To celebrate the end of the quarter. And everybody gets graded.
Sounds like a good idea.
I thought, because I can see her idea, because then she could sell I think it was Stitch in Heaven. Somebody was selling a ruler bundle.
Oh, sell them as a bundle. That's
as a bundle.
Oh, sell as a bundle, yeah.
Yeah.
So that's not prohibitive there. If you sold rulers as a bundle and it was only 3 rulers for a shorter period of time, I think this whole year thing is a little bit overwhelming.
Did you
Yeah.
tell her that she can get them on Checkers?
Yeah, she knows that.
Okay, yeah, because see, that makes a big difference too, because then they don't have to set up yet another account with
Correct.
another
Yeah.
retailer, you know, and so,
Yeah. Yeah, she can
Yeah.
do that. Then she wanted me to, she didn't want to order it from Checkers, but she wanted me to buy her she's not a quilter at all.
oh, okay.
Oh, really?
No.
Uh,
She's an heirloom
Yeah. She's got all
and-
that stuff too.
and
yeah.
smocking kind of
Right.
person. But
Okay,
you know,
right.
she's a good businesswoman. So yeah, I ordered her the Tucker trimmer and I took it to her and I was she said, you need to teach me how to use it. So I went in there all prepared to do, you know, Tucker University Part 1,
Uh-huh.
and she didn't have time that day. So
No. Yeah, that's the
but
hardest
she
thing.
is interested. You know who she is? You've
Yeah.
been in there. She's that elderly looking lady that hardly smiles at anybody. Well, she,
Yeah.
you know, I'm her best friend now. So
Cool.
Isn't she lucky?
isn't she lucky? Actually, she sees me as somebody to get customers in the store, which is fine with me. It's
Yeah.
like true. There's, you know, you need to
Yes.
be go-to place for Studio 180 because Quilter's Corner is not going to be.
Right.
And interestingly, one of the sales ladies told me that the day after I was in there, somebody came in looking for a
The one?
Deb Tucker wing clipper. So that was good.
Proved
Except
your point.
they sold
Yep.
her the Creative Grids version.
Uh-huh.
That's the same thing up there, Robin, is that you should go out to Burgers and see if Burgers has them.
Mm.
Because if Burgers doesn't have them or Susie's doesn't have them, then you guys could be the one that, you know,
He doesn't-
in
He
this
doesn't
area.
carry rulers, does he? Does
Huh?
he carry rulers?
Yeah, they opened a whole quilt store now.
Oh,
So,
did they? Oh, I haven't.
yeah, I haven't been there.
I don't
so-
get out there that area, so I don't know.
I only realized they moved. How long ago did they move? I was driving, well, when I was going with my mom in the hospital, going down that road, and I'm like, whoa, Burgers is over there now.
Yeah, they moved last year, so
I had
I
no
knew they
idea.
had moved. I
Where are they?
The new one.
They're on 28 in Manassas, kind of, I don't know if you knew where Old Town Needleworks was. It's that side of Manassas. Because Old Town Needle
Yeah.
closed, I don't know how many years ago now.
You mean like
That's kind of almost old.
closer to 66?
Old town.
It's 28 through, like, it's almost at the intersection of 234 and 28, but not quite as far.
away from 66 on the other side?
Yes, yes, south on 28.
Okay. So I think I need to buy another serger.
See me.
I need to buy, I need to buy a simple overlock stitch, because if I'm trying to make clothing, I spend half of my time trying to figure out what's the easiest
Finishing.
approach to making something, so I don't have to change to rethread it.
Oh, that's a
What's the
brilliant
thread you
idea.
have?
Yeah, I mean, it really is a good idea to have a chain stitch machine and an overlock stitch.
Well, come
Machine.
see me.
Huh?
Yeah, I will.
Mhm.
Because
Yeah.
I would recommend the Acclaim, which is the 4-thread overlock that threads your needles as well as your loopers, and the new cover stitch machine that Dee has. If you want two separate.
Well, I already have I have the Triumph, so I'm just gonna get one.
He's looking for another one.
And I think the cheaper one is gonna be the overlock.
Yeah.
right? Well, I don't know.
I don't
mean,
know.
a bare bones of either one, that's my question. Which one is cheaper? Because it doesn't really matter. Except I want to be able to use my knit woven binder, which is a big honking thing that fits on the Triumph. So, yeah. Anyway, but we digress from
Oh, gosh, yes.
Yeah, come see me for a cover stitch machine or something.
I will.
I'm there Wednesday and Thursday.
I do.
I just heard it again. Oh, sorry. I was talking to my mom. There's something going off in the house that we've never heard before, and we're like, "What is that?"
As long as it's not the smoke detector.
Well, that's what I have never heard that sound before. So now somebody's knocking on the door. Oh, I'm still here. I think Jean. It's your birthday tomorrow? Oh, she did. Oh, June. Oh my gosh. No, it's my husband's birthday today. Oh, happy birthday. My new granddaughter's birthday was. You have a new granddaughter? Evelyn Victoria. I know. So I had a kid, we had a kid, translate, I had a kid from Wednesday night and took it home on Saturday or afternoon. And that was fine. They said the 19th. So we took them home. Sunday, 4th of July, so everybody came over except her. She stayed home to rest. We didn't sleep when she was laying on somebody's chest. Oh. Okay, so you know, she's 4 years old. She's setting the town here. So I thought, hey, somebody's gonna do that. And so I Tammy, there's so mom, I took all my stuff out of the car to show you. And I had questions about this, but we'll get into that later. So Sunday, they all came over for dinner, which is fine. Monday, I had to put this. The daughter shows up at 9:30 with the dog, her husband, and the baby. And his car didn't pass inspection. So he dropped her off so he could go deal with the car. Okay. So I said, fine. 4:45 they left. Okay, that's fine. Whatever. I said, I'm going to the pool. I'm doing my thing. I don't care what you do. Okay. 4 o'clock, my son and his wife and all 3 kids walked in the door. And I'm like, go away. But I told them, leave. They went to fantasy playground. It's like, Ashley, why are you? Favorite playground in the world. She goes, I had to get out of the house. I just had to get out of the house. So what in the heck is that? Something is beeping and I can't figure out what it is. I go over there and I hear it over there. It's right here. It's right here. I'm trying to take the filter and everything. Don't have anything set for, okay? Not an eye watcher. What is that? That's my phone. Maybe it's some bad little battery or something. Well, that's what I'm thinking. Oh, that's it. Oh, that's sure, yes. Charge it up. Okay, you want to put it? Yeah. Just, you know, tomorrow. Sleep out there. Okay, so then I will get you. I'll tell you what, I'm taking it with me in the study real quick, just to check on everybody. Then I'll see my butt beats at your phone. So where are you going tomorrow? Is this the Oregon trip? Yeah, this is the Oregon trip, so. All right, so I haven't deserted you guys. It's just that Jean Peters came over, so I'm out talking with her for a minute. What on DVD? So I need to take it home with me, put it on the computer, and then bring it over and we'll watch it. Because I can say I know. No, it's just that I haven't put it on. Yeah, okay. Not a problem. Question. First of all, I love your tips on washing the mat. That was good. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Whatever you put on your mom's messages in my newsletter. Messages, washing your awesome. Today was my day to speak that. It's for pillowcases. Dressing standards. And then, we got the fabric for stuff, but we don't have to pull the kids. She makes some really cute, juvenile fabric. I could definitely tell you about. Well, I haven't plugged it in the last 3 or 4 nights. So, well, whether it's. Well, she has to email me every day. Okay, because otherwise her tabs are repeating her. So she has to email me. There are people here that they'll hear about that. Oh, gosh, yeah. She's got Carol's phone number. She's got other people's phone number that she can call. Okay. Say no. And I've got the nicest neighbors you ever want. Oh, yes. So there you go. Just stand up at the window and go, yes. Yes. Okay. Oh, yeah, no, the best. They're always out here shoveling her snow and, taking her trash out. Oh, yeah. They're really, really awesome. So I really don't worry about it too much as long as I hear from her. Yeah. So, all right. So what did I miss? Anything important? It averages 5 to 6 people a week. Well, that was more than a student. Yes. Oh, yeah. Oh, no, it got way better. Me and Ted and Lee. 4. Yeah. So this last week, the week before there were 5 people here. Last week there was, say, so it averages about the same number of people. It's just different. Yeah, it's kind of fun because you never know who's going to show up. Because I can tell you, I don't even know where my phone show is. Oh, I have not seen it in over a week, and that's like something I need to let you know. Yeah. Don't worry about sewing machines. We've got plenty around. That's not right. Well, I wish you could see the quilt that I made my friend. I will. I'll take a picture of that. And then Saturday we go see our Quilt Info. That's what I said. I'm just gonna sit, away from it. Oh, this is one. I was looking at that. Yeah. What is going on with this? This is my road. Oh, so this is one of the things that was 6 or 7 that was started. Yeah, there were 6 of us. Wow. And so what it was is you make a row, and this is what started this one, this row right here. Okay. You make a row and you hand it to another person, and they add a row. Okay, so Linda made this row. I love the churn action. And then she passed it off to the next person who added a row. Okay. And then you pass it off to the next person. Right. So by the time everybody has to do a row on everybody else's quilt. Right. And so that's what it was. She did this row, and then I added this row, and then Rosie did the triangle. Rosie block, yeah. Robin did the star block. Cheryl did the church action. Did the you did the pinwheel down there? Yeah. And so that's what, and it was just like, because you had to work within their color, within their style, and so it was really a challenge for a lot of it. Yeah, because we're not seeing any big tulips or flowers on this one, right? Right. Yeah. So what do you guys do with these? Oh, well, these would hope that we're gonna hang and shut the 5 quilts that, six of us. Okay, here's, this is Mom's.
I love the back.
Yeah.
Love the back.
So this, I gotta make sure it opens right.
Oh, look at, does this scream summer?
I know.
Oh, wait, was this downstairs?
Yeah, I was
You were
quilting.
getting quilts there. Yes.
Yes, and so this is
Oh,
Mom's
yes,
row.
yeah, I mean, the second row is mine, and I started it. And I
You did
passed
all
it
the
over.
circles?
Yeah, I love that. I love those circles. Carol did the create, I don't remember who did what, but I did something, but I did a raw edge. That's just application.
But then Carol added the create at the top,
Okay.
and then Linda added her row and the fabric that she used. Creativity is messy and I'm very creative. Isn't that fabulous?
So we're gonna hang these all together, hopefully.
Yeah.
Like these are our row by row challenges.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, aren't they awesome?
And
So
they
mine's
also have
downstairs
so
to be
different-
quilted.
Yes. Oh, yeah, and the back.
But, and it really stretched you because, again, different fabrics, different styles, and
Yes, and you
you
have
know.
to think for once, right? Yeah. Well, and I sent a bunch of scraps along with the drawing, because I knew
well,
not
after,
most people wouldn't have, these breaks.
Yeah, that was
good.
well, that's kind of what everybody did.
Yeah.
But everybody used kind of some of those scraps and then added some of their own in there, and it was just a blast.
It's really fascinating to see everybody's imagination come
Yeah.
alive.
Yeah.
So we'd like to do that one again. I don't have a pattern.
Yeah.
I mean, I am.
Well, see, that's what it's-
Use a pattern, but you just fit it in.
Yeah.
The quilt.
Yeah, so it was.
Okay, here's your challenge, okay? I started out with a hand piecing some hexagons. And I did like a big blue one. I don't know what it's called. Okay, I took it out of the tweet. I'm sure you guys have. I'm gonna bring it over, move it back. You guys can be creative. Because I sat all last week and watched somebody whip out my tile floor in my bathrooms.
So
This
to tell you what we're
kids.
doing with the
Well,
Ginny
what do you
Byers,
do when we
this
just
is
buy
all
it?
Ginny Byers stuff, and so.
This is all Ginny Byers. This is like a challenge right here. Oh, I put them downstairs. No, I'm not. Ugh. Well, they were in that bag. That's all I took down. What was in that bag.
No, the Ginny Byers squares were not in the bag.
Oh, well, then I don't know.
All right, well,
anyway, tell me what you're doing with
Okay.
the Byers stuff.
Because you do one lot wonderland. And they turn out, see, that's why I wanted to show you, because it really doesn't.
You're just gonna take. You're gonna take a whole bunch of different fabrics to do one.
Yes. And if I can show you the squares. See, no, because we're missing the square.
We just got too much stuff to
Yeah.
be able to find
Okay,
it.
so there were some squares. There were hexagon squares and diamond squares here. That we need to be able to find. So anyway, yes, we're gonna make kind of sort of one lot wonderland. Some of them are gonna be hexagons, some of them are gonna be squares, and all of that, out of all these chapters. Yeah, because you take. Because you cut it like a one lot wonder. Okay. And you put them together and it comes out because they're water fabrics and they have stripes on, right? They come out with these really cool plots. Yeah.
Okay, so tell me about, I heard a rumor
Here's one.
about this new fabric.
See, this is a waterprint right there. Goes on it. Yeah, you all want it.
You can just cover our equation.
Oh, she,
Cover it like that.
you should see these quilts that we got.
She doesn't have.
Oh my God.
There's not a lot of people.
No, she's the one that taught us.
Oh.
But, and so she's the one that's downsizing from this, 6,000 square foot house.
Okay. Okay.
She worked for Jenny Dyer.
Oh, you told me about her, yeah, so she's got all this fabric.
And so these are the kind of quilts that she made. Now this one, the borders, this is hand piece, yep. Borders hand piece, we're gonna take care of that. Okay. These, I think, are so machine. But the borders are all out by hand. And then she just, huh?
She too,
She
like,
travels a lot, and so she does.
oh, so while she was traveling.
Isn't that spectacular?
Yes.
And so all we have to do is add back. And we got, I don't know, 5 or 6 of these.
Semi-complete. So is she doing them for like store samples?
For samples, yes.
Samples, yeah. But she doesn't have a store.
Yeah, she just does it on that. Yeah.
How are the strip things going? Oh. Yeah, what happened to the dog bed?
Well, we didn't do it.
Oh, I'm so glad, because I thought of it like the other day and I said.
Yeah, no, that never went anywhere because we just got too busy. So it's gonna be some time in August. So that's done. They paid $600.
Oh, good, good.
Isn't that cool?
And who won it?
I don't know. She didn't tell me that. So, but yeah, go see the strip club. Had it going.
This is the one.
For,
Oh, yeah, I recognize mine.
yeah, and so we got all the pieces, all the squares done.
Right. We got all squares done.
Yeah. But now what we're doing is just make so many. Yeah. And so the second one is going to be one of these, and then they keep a piece for these. So I just finished the paper. And but it's messed up.
Oh, I was gonna say, I'm trying to see a pattern.
Don't even try to see
Oh,
it. Yes, it will be a exploding block.
okay.
So there'll be a block in
Like
the
that?
center,
Okay. Yeah.
and then it'll be, yeah. No, we're trying to put some on the board and I can't figure out why it's not working. Oh, yeah, no, that's okay. Yeah, no, I totally. Yeah.
Why can't you all three do this? I got T-Back and I got. Oh, look, you need this, this, and this.
Well, that's what I. Yeah. So that's what we, but we keep arguing back and forth. Because he's, I don't know where he's getting his information, but it's not correct. And I'm on the OPM website and more, it says this, you know. He says, oh, OPM doesn't know what they're talking about. Oh, no, they're only the ones that make the rules.
They're only, yeah, yeah. One of these got insurance.
Yeah, but I think that what he's going to do is end up screwing it and paying a lot more than he needs to.
Oh. Oh, well, because they're always right, right? They're never wrong.
Yeah.
So they never
about a month till we start working.
Oh, okay, yeah, like I said, 2 weeks ago, I was sitting at home watching it. Bernie decided, we needed a picture, right? So we decided, let's go with the foyer and back, they're all connected. So when you walk in my front door, my foyer floor is now new and bathroom is now new. So the kitchen floor is still gonna go all the way through.
Okay. All right, thanks. Oh, I figured it was you guys calling me to. Ooh, I'm getting a call from Scam Likely. This is Tammy. My car maintenance just expired. Can't hear you.
I said, oh my gosh, what are you gonna do?
I know, isn't that just disastrous?
It's gonna ruin your vacation.
Seriously? Yeah. So Jean Peters just stopped by to say hi.
I don't think I've met her.
Oh, she's really neat. You'll meet her at one of the sew-ins because she comes a lot of the times, but or keeps threatening that she will. But when she showed up, nobody else did. So then it was like, well, what are you telling me all this about these sew days and then nobody's here? You know, okay.
That's rotten of you.
Yeah. But that's when we were just coming out of COVID and
Right.
people hadn't really gotten the word yet.
Mhm.
Check out this birthday card. That's cute. Isn't that cute?
Here, why don't you take that one home because I've got one on the refrigerator just exactly like it.
Oh, do you really?
Yes.
Oh my God.
Don't forget to roll it from my.
I'm gonna say I want mine. Oh, we've only got 15 minutes left, you guys. They're all ignoring me.
Yeah.
I'm not on ignore.
Oh. Mom says hi.
Hi, Eileen, how are you?
Just fine. How you doing?
I'm good, thank you.
It was good seeing you the other day.
Yes, it was very nice. I won't be able to be there tomorrow because my mom's got an appointment that I gotta take her to.
Oh, Mom.
So
Are you gonna be there tomorrow, Robin? Are you still on?
I think Robin left.
Robin left. Oh. Oh no, she didn't. She's right there.
I'm just on mute.
You are, I'm sorry.
Are you gonna be able to come to sewing tomorrow?
I am hoping to.
Oh yay!
Yeah, I have to go to work in the afternoon, but I hope to come in the morning for at least a couple
great.
hours.
Well, Mom will be here. I won't, but I will miss you guys.
Yeah. Well, you have a
You're not supposed to miss us when you go on vacation. You're supposed to go on vacation.
Yeah, but I'm going on vacation with my husband. You know, it's like,
Who is sweet enough to go to Quilt Stuff with you.
Yeah.
He really is. He really is, and he's going to his sister's quilt show with me, and he's excited about it. And so
Good.
it was really cute to watch him because he just thinks that's really cool that we got this quilt in there. And so, you know, I think he's the one that'll stand there and go, "My wife made this." So that would be like him. So, okay, Cecily, you okay? You look like you're tired and hurting.
Oh, I'm tired and hurting. Been that way since Friday evening.
Okay, now we can see the black guy
Oh, you can?
a little bit. It's not
No.
bad.
You're not nice, Tammy. No.
Oh, am I supposed to say no? I don't see anything. Sorry, I never learned that.
Easy.
I never took that class. All right. Well, I'm going to say goodbye to you guys.
Okay, you have a fabulous trip.
Happy sewing, and I will get I will probably be a little bit late getting the next month's instructions out,
We'll
but don't
probably
worry
still be
about it
doing
too
these.
much because it's a bear paw block. And so it'll be like we've done that before.
Right.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
Have a great trip. Bye, Robin. Bye, Cecily.
Bye.
All right. Bye, you guys.